Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a scene for Empire of Thorns. Um, it's going to be taking place at Trudeau's Tavern. People can come and go as they please. Um, Draven and his boo, uh, Malik, walk in. Boo will kind of tap and then push Malik, like, pay attention to me, notice me, senpai.
And Malik will kind of give him the pouty look like, are we doing this again? I'm looking at you. Now what?
Get me something to drink, baby.
Do you want?
Something that'll make me forget all my troubles and cares.
We don't have a fuck it all tonic. I'm sorry.
Okay, then something that'll make me fuck you in the broom closet relentlessly.
That works.
Okay. He'll go and he'll flop down at a table. Knowing that people usually come, he'll find one of the larger ones.
So Malik is just gonna point at the cabinet. So I want some of that, and put it in a shaker and stir it up and make sure it tastes good.
Steve, the leather daddy, will look at you and smile and give you a nod. He'll tell you he's coming up with the Roofie Cocktail 101. If he adds in the cherry, it's the sorority girl.
That works. So that's what I'm calling it. It's canon now. Deal with it.
So he'll mix it all up and pour it into he'll pour two into highballs, slide them over to you, and tell you he'll open up a tab.
I can pay for it. He takes out some money, pays him.
He'll nod at him, give him back his change.
Malik will sit down and say, "This is called a sorority girl. Careful."
Nice. He'll take a sip and he's like, "Whoa, yep, yep, just like it."
Malik kind of just nurses the gas because I'm assuming it just smells like rubbing alcohol and fumes and like bad days.
It smells like regrets and herpes.
It smells like a date rape drug, so Malik just kind of sniffs it. It's just like, I want none of that. So,
You should be used to this, honey.
I know, right? So he takes a big swig.
Open up your gullet like you're taking my cock and just throw it right down there.
Oh, if you say so. You know me so well. Just
All right, don't I?
drinks. So he starts drinking the drink, instantly regretting life decisions.
Are we gonna get married if we sit in here long enough?
Probably.
I'm not ready.
We're both not ready. That's a really awkward conversation for both courts.
This bar has been known for really weird shit. Looking entirely worse for wear, Theophilus is going to drag another table and chair over to try and join up with theirs. So it has that like horrible screeching across the floor. Well, if I just join your table, I'm going to take up like most of your extra space. I only feel like this is the most hospitable thing to do.
No, it's fine. As Malik just kind of shifts himself into Draven's lap. See, there you go. Take a seat.
So Theo looks goddamn horrible. A lot of the color is drained out of his face. He looks like he's either been sick for the last week or he's been really sick for all of today. You've been changelings before. You understand what glamour shock is, and Theophilus is borderline hitting that. There's like just enough juice in the tank to keep him running for the rest of the night and hopefully fulfill his contract with Steve to pick up the last bit that he needs.
You need a pick-me-up? As he attempts to hand you a goblin fruit.
If you're just giving me this for free, sure.
I'm asking you, do you want it?
Are there strings attached?
No.
Okay then. Yes, I will take your goblin fruit.
Here you go.
You should have gone down to the park earlier when everybody was throwing a shit fit over that fucking bird.
I've been busy.
I am very serious. This little fucking, like, bunting bird or some bullshit landed in the park, and you think, seriously, that, like, some fucking mythical bird, like a phoenix, had landed in a tree. It was just, I saw it too. I even went. And it was this little fucking like bird. It's a little bird, dude. I don't know how to church this up. It's a fucking bird.
Okay, did anyone like shoot it and or capture it?
No, no, God no. It was just like the 10th time or some shit. I don't know. The fucking DJ was talking about this earlier. They're like this
Found a
dumb
phoenix.
fucking little bird. It's like landed in the park since like 1920 fucking some bullshit. And like it was there and it was in the park and it was doing bird stuff. And apparently everybody lost their shit over it because these birds don't land in the park. It looked like a fucking gay pride parade like exploded on it.
That's hilarious.
It was. And people were losing their minds over it, and I got a shit ton of glamour from it, because it was like a fucking buffet.
Theophilus will pick up his cell phone and Google in pictures of rainbow birds, trying to see if there's a cultural significance to any of them.
Not quite. Like, I mean, it is around the world, but this is it's the adult, I don't fucking read the fucking, I wrote about it earlier.
Did it look like this one? And he'll show his phone to Draven. How about this one? He shows his phone to Draven. After like the third no, he'll just stop.
He'll pull his own phone out and like smack him in the face with it, damn near. Opening it to the New York Post and show him the picture of the bird.
Well,
it looks like this one.
Oh,
you know why? Because that's it.
So it wasn't like a meme or anything. It wasn't a fake.
No, man, it's a male painted bunting. An adult male painted bunting. You see how kind of point it is. It's a blue and green and red.
Google. Bloop. Are male painted buntings native to New York?
Your Google will say no. They are native to the southeast.
So you have to understand when something weird like that happens and people start looking into it, I wonder immediately if hunters are going to start looking into it because it's weird.
Siri seems to think so.
Speaking of rainbow things, Iris is going to enter the pub.
I was really wondering how you're going to link that in, but there you go.
Yeah, Draven will kind of look up at her. It wasn't me this time, okay? I swear, it really wasn't me. He'll hold his hands up.
No one's married yet.
Yes! I ask him to marry me all the time and he keeps saying no. Baby, will you marry me?
Later.
Okay.
Well, that's not a
Oh,
no.
wow. Hold on, wait. Yo, I got upgraded to later. Yes!
Just kind of give him like a look, like you really need to stop.
And Iris is going to get some apple and come and sit at the table. She looks slightly tired, but more the weary tired.
What's the matter, Dollface?
Her man had a heart attack, dude. He's actually, like, being sincere. He's actually being nice and trying to, like, stop you from fucking yourself up on case. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure of something. And she'll look at him. You are dating Claudio Donati, right?
I assume so.
Not you, her!
Well, obviously not me, but like...
Obviously not. I know that man is straight.
Fucking dirty animal.
No, that's not why. It's because him and Will, they tried, and no, it did not work. I was kind of there when that was so fucking funny. I'll tell you about it sometime. She'll look back at him. So are you and Donati?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, okay. Her man had a heart attack, dude, so you might want to be careful. She'll look back at him.
Oh, wow.
Or he'll look back at her.
That's kind of... Oh, God.
I'm sure I texted you to tell you he was in the hospital.
Yeah,
You were
but
kind of...
Yeah, don't tell us why he was in the hospital.
Just kind of... It was vague, Iris.
There's HIPAA and shit. They don't tell you this kind of stuff.
She'll nod. Well, I wasn't sure yet how much everybody was supposed to know about stuff.
I get that.
Mm-hmm. So he's alive, right?
Yeah.
too.
Was it supernatural?
I don't think so.
How does a changeling get a heart attack? That's weird.
Well,
Contrary to popular belief, bullets are really effective against us too.
He just looks at him. I didn't want to say that, but
I think Claudio Donati also proved that one too.
actually, it may have been related a bit. Apparently, he had an infection from the bullet wound, and he was really stressed, and then something kind of happened that made things worse, and then yeah.
What was that something that made things worse so it doesn't happen again?
yeah, I wanted to draw attention to that, but I didn't want to be like rude. So thank you, baby.
I know. I'm rude for you. It's okay. Go on.
She'll look uncomfortable.
Okay, Iris. I've
Kind
come
of.
to you with clues about the situation. We made a deal. I would like to enact that deal now.
I love you so inappropriately right now, Theo. I'm gonna point at you.
Okay. Okay.
Whoa, wait. I need to know something right now. Is this good gossip?
I'm just gonna hold his nose. Like, stop now. Please continue.
What fucking... No, I need popcorn if we're gonna fucking keep going this route.
You will knock it the fuck off, and you'll behave yourself.
I'm not one of your students, dude. He'll like flick the tip of his nose playfully.
Iris, do you mind postponing the story so Draven can get himself a small cup of bar snacks?
Stop encouraging him.
That's okay. Let's reach into her bag and pull out a Tupperware container and put it on the table.
Yeah, it
Oh.
flies into his hands like within 3 seconds, and he opens it.
Stop encouraging him. He's like fucking 15-year-old.
Kinda, actually. Not fucking a 15-year-old. A fucking 15-year-old. You said it, not me. He'll look inside the container to see what it is.
It will probably be cookies. I don't know. What do you think Claudio would have made her take home? Because he had too much.
Well, it certainly wasn't the salmon cakes, I'll tell you that.
No.
I mean, he wouldn't have made her take home anything. He loves all the food she gives him.
Yeah, there's just too much of it there.
Exactly. Apparently, she thought he needed the kitchen. So yes, it's probably cookies. It's probably the oat milk cookies. He's not a big fan.
Okay.
So he puts an oat milk cookie in his mouth and he's like, "Come on." Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Every single sentence I want you to finish with "in my pants." Now go on.
no. So Azure kind of told Claudio that she loved him.
Behave. As he just gives him like the dirtiest look. Like,
In my pants, because in my head I did it. I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
And then tried to kiss him and brought up a bunch of emotional stuff that really didn't help with the infection and the stress and things.
Wait, hold on. Let's back this up actually for a second. Like, being serious, by the way. Isn't she marrying the king in, like, a few days?
That's kind of.
scandalous.
No, there's no kind of. You don't kind of fucking marry someone.
No, I mean that's kind of why was gonna try and avoid saying that.
Well, it's out now, sweetheart.
I didn't say this shit. I'm a bad person.
She's gonna kind of glance towards Theo because they did make a bargain before that she would fill him in on the gossip, and he's cashing it in.
Yep.
Okay, so
So she wasn't actually going to tell people this, but he cashed it in.
so she is in love with Claudio.
Or both of them.
And what?
Or both of them. She's just
Oh
gonna-
no, she's also in love with somebody else, and that's what's even funnier. She's in love with my fucking stepfather.
Well, this is awkward.
Right? Which it would make my fucking day if she would, stop being in love with my stepfather.
Well, suggestions are really weird.
It's not really somebody I can walk up to somebody and be like, hey, would you mind getting yourself off my stepfather and paying attention to your own husband for a while?
Why'd you have
Then-
to sleep with my dad?
Apparently, at least Seb said she changed kits now.
I heard about that. I
heard
asked
about that too.
Can we not go into that, Iris, please?
Sorry, she made a deal.
Oh, okay. I wanted to leave that part out, but if it's part of the deal.
Well, you don't have to say anything. The deal is just that I fill Theo in on all the information and stuff.
We could cover our ears if we really don't want to be a part of it. I'll do that for you, baby. Looking at him seriously.
I already know, but fine.
I don't really know much about as you're changing. It's just apparently she's done it and now she's a flowering. And I mean, I don't know why, but it might have something to do with the telling people that she loves them and stuff.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
I'm an incubus, and no, that's not how that works.
Iris is just going to shrug. People
Okay, I need to be a little clear about something. Just to put this out on the table right now. Okay, my stepfather he's a good man. Okay, he's a fucking far better man than me. And you see, the funny thing is, he's not actually my stepfather. You see, when I was 15, I was taken. Okay, and that's where my vacation started. And I was desperately fucking in love with this girl, who I knocked the fuck up, by the way. And she had her baby. I got taken. And while I was away, Will married her and took care of our child and raised her as his own, okay? 17 fucking years of marriage? My ex spent fucking other people. And when I got back, she fucked me too. I'm a horrible person, by the way. I'll admit that. And he left her. Thank God he fucking left her. She died a couple of years ago. But whatever, that's besides the point. Will has been putting up with that shit his entire life, literally. And now, this fucking girl is pulling him into a relationship while she's fucking in like 5 or 6 of them. And if not even just 5 or 6 of them, at least one fucking relationship with the goddamn king, might I add, of the Supreme Court. So, he's making my stepfather, air quotes, by the way, a very, very hurt person, and he's too stupid to walk away. So I don't know what to do right now.
Well,
Might I just add one small thing?
A small thing, go ahead.
An incubus or a succubus, that's what she was apparently. It's a thing called lust. We're able to home in on that. So if a person is naturally lustful person than we know intrinsically. As he just looks at Draven and kind of gives a smirk, like, you kind of just pick up on it. Like, you have
Shaking
no,
his head and blink.
you don't have an obligation to fuck them. You just know you can.
Well, I wish she'd stop fucking my stepfather.
If your stepfather is a horny bastard, then she would know, and she would continue to fuck him.
Well,
Iris, is that true?
maybe, maybe we can kind of talk to her and try and teach her how not to do that.
But like I said, that's not like an incubus succubus thing. That's like an Azura thing.
That's fair enough. What I'm saying is that if she, what I was gonna say is, if just because something isn't the way it works doesn't mean that people won't get it into their heads that it's the way it works. And be like, well, if I get rid of that, maybe everything will fix itself when it's not the real problem.
Well, this rabbit hole probably goes pretty far, and let's not. As he just puts up his hand.
Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna do anything. He'll shake his head.
I understand why she did it, but
Look, as far as my stepfather goes, you have to ask yourself at one point. You know, people ask all the time, you know, like, why does this person hurt me? Okay, why does this person hurt me? And at some point, you gotta fucking ask yourself, why am I letting this person hurt me? And that's the point he's reaching. I just hate to watch it, because I know he's a good guy. And I know all he wants is for one fucking person to just love him and be with him and for it to be enough and to not be fucking finding himself in somebody else's bed. And I just don't think that's gonna happen for him, and I just... He shakes his head. If there's
No,
anyone ever in the world that deserved it, it's him.
I think it'll happen.
Thank you, Iris. I declare your contract complete. I'm satisfied. You and I both actually get a bit of glamour for successfully completing a contract.
Well, that's helpful.
Awkward on so many accounts when you're trying to be a friend, but you can't because fucking contracts. Like, what is that girl up to? Seems
I
like
called it a
life
while ago. It
decisions.
really just seemed like a home move.
It's not a home move. I don't know what she's doing.
My idea was that she wasn't sure if Farron or Claudio was going to end up the Spring King, so she wanted to fuck both of them to make sure that she would be on the king's dick as soon as the crown got passed. She's got 4 more months to really figure it out, but she wants to be in a position of power when it shows up. Home move.
Stop calling my friend a hoe. And secondly, I don't know what she's doing. And can we just drop that subject?
Draven will take a sip of his drink and just kind of shrug, just like, honestly, the subject actually does hurt him.
For the sake of you giving me a goblin fruit earlier, I would like to show my gratitude by dropping the subject.
It's appreciated.
Well, that was nice and awkward.
If you like the cookies, by the way, I'm sure that Claudia would appreciate visitors, and there are loads of snacks there.
He ate them all.
Yeah,
There are no more cookies.
yeah, that's fine. But that Iris is still making that comment. You know, if you like the cookies, there are more snacks at Claudio's hospital room, and I'm sure he'd like a visit.
So what you're saying is you're trying to manipulate one of the strongest characters in game
With
to go look after
cookies.
your man.
With cookies.
with the cookie.
You two deserve each other. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah.
He'll smile and he'll nod and he'll say, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll go pay him a visit. I go to the hospital all the time anyway."
Do we all want to make a little pilgrimage at the moment?
It seems like you just got bragged with the cookie, baby.
Wait, what? I was just kind of like, huh?
You just received payment for services. Like,
He kind of taps the bowl against the table because there's no more cookies in it.
you
And he
already
said,
ate the cookies. This
"You
is
ate all
why I
the
told you. Stop being a fat ass and actually talk to people. Like,
He will pack his 8-pack, and he's basically like, "Yeah, really, fat ass."
Claudia kind of made me promise to, leave and talk to people and stuff and not come back till morning.
Do you want Claudio to like get on his knees and ask you to marry him like immediately, and or possibly like spontaneously combust?
because that's where I think this is going.
There will be a look on Iris's face like there is another thing that she is not actually saying.
Well then, I happen to know that the High Cirrus really likes Italian wedding cookies.
Well, that's helpful to know.
Awkward.
You know what Italian wedding cookies are, right, doll?
Not yet. Pulls out her phone. Starts googling recipes.
He'll just shake his head. He'll kind of look over at Malik and basically kind of nuzzle his shoulder.
You know, kind of like nuzzling back. Mm-hmm.
So did that rescue mission ever go off yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because the person that's like involved in the rescue mission had a heart attack. So,
That's one part of it. The other part of it is they keep changing the locations for the switch off.
yeah. So
Anyway.
we need to reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
There was an idea just to make a small pact between players on the field to not fuck each other over for the length of the operation. Explicitly for the fact that if someone has mental woojity-boojity that causes people to flip out and murder people next to them, they don't.
I almost want to tattoo the word Wuchi on him right now.
I'd need to see everyone at the same time. I can draft the contract, that'll be the easiest thing to do, and then just have people sign off on it.
Let me talk to them and we'll decide. I myself am very finicky about putting my names on pieces of paper.
That's cool. I was probably just going to hand it to you and let you do with it as you wish.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's probably a really, really smart one. It's just I'm not comfortable.
The biggest chance of backfiring is that if you word the contract in a way of we won't fuck each other over and we won't particularly go through the process of letting each other die, if someone gets kidnapped, you physically have to go after them unless you want to be considered an oathbreaker.
That's the problem. See, you throw around words like that, it gets rather serious rather quickly.
Yeah, but it also gives everyone that's involved in the operation a bit of reassurance that you will try at all to save me if things go pear-shaped.
If things go hand, alright, I get you.
I'll tell you straight up the good sides and the downsides of it, and I will rewrite and reword things as necessary to try and keep all parties happy. But I've seen some bad shit go, and I want to try and mitigate as much bad shit as possible.
Even though I am the leader of this operation, it seems kind of bad for him to make decisions for people.
Well, people put their faith in you.
This is true. Alas, I assume you don't want a decision right now, so.
There was a funny story. There was this shitty freehold out in Nevada. Only had like 2 winter court there, and both of them were fucking retarded.
Ooh.
A high-end up muckety muck mantle like a bajillion came in like a blizzard and was all like, "What the fuck, you guys? Why aren't you gotten your shit together yet?" And they're all like, "Well, if you're so good at it, why don't you lead us?" And he was all like, "I'm trying to give you guys a chance to lead yourself." And it just brought up this really dumb conversation of, if you want to take charge, fucking take charge. If you don't want to take charge, stop being a bitch.
Eloquently put, but still, I don't rush decisions.
I'm not saying don't rush decisions, but still, if you got a good idea, at least bring up good ideas.
No, I get where you're coming from. I'm not faulting you for your decisions or your idea.
So, when you know where the exchange is going to be, you can try and figure out somewhere safe that you guys can kind of try and get back to. Um, and I'll see about making sure we have some supplies and stuff.
Understood.
Because I don't really think I'd be any good at the actual thing.
There's so many variables, and now that we don't actually have Claudio, and I don't think he would be in any position to do the previous oath that he was looking for, then we kind of have to develop a new plan.
Oh,
Is meaningful negotiation still off the table?
That's what I suggested first, but I forgot what was her name. A very wispy-looking woman said that no, it was the Summer Court who told me that they would rather go headlong into like murdering other people and losing all of their clarity to combat it with war, and that talking was definitely off the table. But no, we could actually try for negotiations and see what happens.
Have you made any contracts with Vanity?
Vanity or vainglory?
Same thing.
I know a few of them.
Are good enough to get a message by without getting horribly murdered in the process?
I don't need that to actually get across a message.
Well, if you want to do a face-to-face meeting and try to walk away from it, it's really helpful.
Mhm. Mm. So, Iris, did Claudio give any last minute instructions? Did he tell you anything?
well, you can talk to him yourself. He's mostly off the morphine now, and he's all of his tests are coming back good.
Is he accepting visitors?
Yeah. Like I said, he told me I had to go home, but that was because I'd kind of been there
Every day, every minute
most of
of
the
every day.
time. Oh, she'll fish in one of her pockets and hand him a dog biscuit.
What's this? It's the symbolism?
No, it's just if he's asleep, then you might Strider might not like you going into the room.
Ah, okay. He'll take it. Put it in his coat jacket.
Do you know what room he's in?
What? And she'll give you the room number and the floor and the directions to the room.
Cool. I want to call the nurses station.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, I really just want to ask if he is awake or not.
I will let you know
Okay.
that he is indeed awake.
Okay.
Are you accepting visitors right now?
I
Uh,
will just call his room after that since I know he's awake.
okay, I'll
Are
answer.
you sure this is a conversation you want to have over the phone?
Hey, Claudio.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? We wanted to come and meet you, maybe bring you a beer or something. I don't know.
I don't think they'd really take too well to me having a beer, but yeah, sure.
It's me, Eric,
Not have coffee either.
Iris, and uh, Malik.
And
Uh,
Are you expecting all visitors or?
mm-hmm. He'll
Cool.
kind of. He sounds like he's a little dubbed up.
We'll figure something out. We might be over soonish. If not, I'll call you up if there's a change of plans.
Okay.
If you don't want visitors, just either call me back or don't pick up the phone when I call you again.
Okay.
Cool. See you soon. He'll hang up. Well, he's awake. He's taking visitors.
did he say I'm allowed to go back yet?
I mentioned you, and he said that was okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Eric's there, but I'm gonna switch it to his overlay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Theo will try to put a pale ale in a flask that he can sneak in.
And Iris will smack his hand.
Whoa! How do you know this wasn't for me?
She's gonna give him a look, and then she's just going to let him put the pale ale in the flask. But she did give him a look first.
If you're really worried, you should probably drink all of this right now before I put it into my coat. Well, it's going into the coat then.
Yeah. She's just giving him a look. If he wants to drink it, even if he wants to drink it in the hospital, she doesn't care. If he tries giving it to Claudio, then she will get annoyed.
Neat. So, Batman scene wipe. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
So I have a question. Who is the first person that's going to walk through the door of the room?
That would be me.
There is a very large shepherd sitting close to the door who has bright, glowing green eyes with ephemeral smoke kind of trailing out of his eyes and his mouth. It lifts his head and growls low at your character when you walk in.
I handed the biscuit.
You said you throw it the biscuit?
Yes, I handed, like I feed it the biscuit.
It'll kind of like sniff at it for a few minutes, sniff at you, and then kind of like settle down and eat the biscuit.
Pat
Oh
its
lord,
head.
that dog for a second was like, oh fuck.
I
Yeah.
rub its ears. I scratch behind its ears, and I walk in.
Okay, now I love you. This dog is a hob, by the way. It just has a map that covers both real world and changeling stuff. It looks what it is if your characters have been in the market before, the guard hounds that guard the market. It's one of those. It's just a smaller one.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Claudio will basically kind of sit up in bed. He's been sitting up and he's got like a couple of pillows propped. And he'll kind of sit up a little straighter.
Iris is going to give Strider more fuss because she can. Fuss.
And he'll smile at them. Hi. Hello.
Hey, we heard you got your heart broken.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah, he'll kind of chuckle.
I came looking for easy glamour, but I guess it was the wrong thing.
I think Mrs. Lopez down the way, 2 rooms over, has got some easy glamour for the picking.
We also need to go over a new game plan about what we're going to tell everyone else.
Oh, right?
Since I don't feel comfortable with the original plan, since you went and kind of had a heart attack. So
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's so thoughtless of me.
I know, right? So thoughtless. But let's not dwell on the past, shall we?
Move forward step by step.
Yeah, Iris is going to get some minestrone soup and some out of the little fridge thing and some bread, and he's going to hand them to Draven.
Now I have it. Yeah, he'll start doling it out and eat and nom, and he's gonna steal you from your boyfriend eventually. But so here's the question out of game. Who minds the game player NPC giving your characters a good idea on what to do with this thing?
I'm totally okay with that.
I normally don't like
Eventually play an
NPCs.
intelligent character.
Yeah, I don't mind NPCs. I don't usually like NPCs kind of giving hints that solve the plot, but this is a fucking game player.
So you've got to bear in mind that sometimes the PC's plot plan is asking one of the NPCs.
Yes, exactly.
If we've gone to ask him, it's a bit different to the NPCs just showing up and fixing things.
Okay. So if we are all in agreement that we are okay with this, then I will go forward because he has an idea. And he'll actually look at Theo first.
Neat.
And he'll smile. I think we are all very well and familiar with the fact that goblin pledges and pledges can be used to do an extreme wide variety of things.
Oh yeah.
So
He gets that like fat guy sweat again.
he'll say, why don't we just make a pledge to have her returned?
Well, we have to make something that they will agree to.
No,
And
no,
since they
it doesn't have to be them that the pledge is made with. All we have to do is get her back. That's it. Then we can send the summer court in screaming and kicking and tearing for them. But the main objective and the thing that's at risk here is the girl.
Actually, looking at the merits I currently have, I could do something like that.
So all that has to be done is that a contract has to be made for the recovery of the girl. It might come with a very high price, but her lover or boyfriend or friend, Sebastian, I'm sure he'd be willing to pay it.
So I guess we need to talk to Sebastian then.
Oh, well, somebody needs to talk to him. But if a pledge could be made that the girl's recovered unharmed, just get her back in our hands, and after that point, we can let the summer court rip apart these loyalists, these people. If not, what we're doing is we're putting ourselves at risk. We're putting ourselves on the field.
There is something else that's bothering me. And it's
What?
been bothering me for a bit. There's also the problem that the goblins seem to know that one of the monarchs one of them is definitely trying to kill the other. And the goblins seem to be very privy about that knowledge, which probably means that somebody